Are your songs and beats good but don't hit? Here's why. Technical skill over emotional impact. Just because you have all the knowledge on how to do something, the technical knowledge and how to make your vocals clean, how to make, the mix sound great and all of these things, that doesn't mean that it's connecting with people. Clean vocals and a polished beat don't mean and it don't equal connection. I think a lot of times we, especially now in this day and age, us as the new up and coming generation of producers, songwriters, artists, we can get so caught up in the technical things and the technical side of things that we miss just being real and being authentic to the music. And we allow that to overshadow the overarching goal, which is to connect. Music is the only universal language everyone can speak. And so by you being too technical about it, the language will get lost. People don't remember what you said, how you said it, what you did. People remember how you made them feel. One thing about my music is it's called modern nostalgia. And it's basically like modernized versions of the feelings that you used to get back in the day, whether that's like the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, is revamping that in a new way with the same feeling of how it made you feel. And that's always been my goal when it comes to music, is to make something that can take you back to those days, but in a new way. Like, oh no, this is new, but it's like familiar. With that, you always want to make sure you do something that make people feel something. You say something that make people feel, that make people think, because they can resonate with that. The catchiest hooks are oftentimes the most simple, not technical, but the most simple. Something that's just repeating the same thing over and over. Baby, 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 no. Same thing over and over. All you hear is baby, baby, baby. And it's so simple, still technical, right? But it's so simple that it's something that's going to get stuck in your brain, stuck in your head. You're avoiding being specific. You have very vague lyrics. You have emotionless melodies, something you can't feel the beat. Just because something is catchy, popular, doesn't mean that it relates. The reason why a lot of the rap and hip hop music is so relatable is because they're not talking about, oh yeah, I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up in, a wealthy family. I come from a rich family. A lot of them are talking about things that people can relate with. All of us didn't grow up having money. We may not have grown up having, the best clothes, the best, a nice house, a nice car, but that's relatable, right? It's something that everybody can get with, something that everybody can understand. That's what relates. Something that you lived or something that people lived that you can translate over music. That's what connects to people. Details paint the picture. Details make the song or the beat cinematic. I'm not even talking scoring music. I'm talking making music that people can visually see, that people can visually relate to, right? One song that comes to mind is Stop This Train by John Mayer. How I can visually see what that song is talking about. He gave us visual details that us as the audience could relate to or could visually see. Even if we've never seen this person, if we only heard the lyrics to the song, never saw the video, it was still something that we was able to connect with. Another way to do that is by using Pat Patterson's noun metaphor that he talks about in his book, Writing Better Lyrics. He talks about the noun metaphor that helps you write cinematic, more visual, sense-based lyrics, and it's very helpful. Now that I said all of that, you may be asking yourself this simple question: how can I tell if my song even connects? Does it connect to you as the artist, as the songwriter, as the producer? Does it connect to you? Because if it don't connect to you, it may not connect to other people. It has to come from a place that you can relate to, that you know, and that you can feel like, no, that this came because I went through this situation, or this came because I experienced this. Also ask yourself these questions. Can you describe the scene in one sentence? If I have to listen to the whole song and still ask for an explanation on what you're trying to say, then maybe you should go back and rewrite the lyrics. So that way, as the listener, we can hear and immediately take us to that place of, oh no, he's talking about being on the river and fishing and doing these things. That's what you want. You want people to know exactly what you're talking about as soon as the chorus come in. If the chorus is first, then let us know what the song is about immediately. If you tell the story through the verse and then let the chorus kind of be a breather, that's cool too. But the story or the cinematic aspects of the song, we should be able to listen and know what you're talking about and visually see what you're trying to tell us, and not have to wait for a song review or wait for, you to be like, oh, this is what the song means, and because that's actually hurting you as the artist, because you're explaining too much. We should be able to kind of imagine, come up with our own assumptions of what the song is from what the song is. Second question, will a stranger feel it without an explanation? Basically what I just said. If I was sharing my song with someone, didn't know them, and I wanted honest feedback, and I let them hear the song, and they said, man, it sounds good. Now what was you talking about? Like, I couldn't really understand what you was talking about though. Can you explain it to me? Then you should go back and rewrite the song, or at least fix and tweak some stuff. You may not have to rewrite and deconstruct the whole song and rewrite it, but you may have to go a little deeper instead of being so vague with your lyrics. I really hope that this helped you. I hope you was able to get something out of it, and that you are able to not only hear but apply some of these things. And I would love to know your thoughts down below, so make sure you comment, you like, you share. Also, if you want help and need help with your songs and knowing, okay, I don't know if this makes sense or anything like that, I offer song critiques. If you want the help, if you want the honest feedback, and we're gonna make a formula for you that you can apply that makes sense to you and your artistry. The link will be down below if you're interested in any song critiques. Once again, thank you for joining me today. My name is Jireh. I hope you had a great one, and I hope you enjoyed and able to take something from this and learn and apply it to your artistry, to your songwriting, to even your beat making. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a fellow artist, and hope to see you next time. Much love, dudes.